Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a little idea I came up with. As I said in my previous videos, a lot of people know that I do all types of crafting, whether it be card making, rubber stamp, and I'm just now starting to get into the mini scrapbooking, or mini scrapbooks, or mini scrapbook albums, and beading, knitting, crocheting, and so forth. So one of my co-workers was cleaning out our supply cabinet, which we try to do at the end of the year, and she came across all this cardstock that had been bought about maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago for a conference that we had, and then it wasn't used anymore. So she was going to throw it out, and she came to me and she said, "Hey, would you be interested in taking this cardstock?" Now, of course, who's going to pass up that? So it was quite a bit of pink cardstock, and there was some yellow and some, I believe there was some white, but it was quite a bit of pink. So I got this idea because I had heard that she was going to have a little princess tea birthday party for her 2 little girls. So I decided to come up and make something using some of that pink cardstock, because I've got quite a bit of it, so you'll be seeing quite a lot of me using the pink cardstock. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to show you what I made with it. I came up with this idea by watching Tracy Treasures 24 is her YouTube channel. Her name is Tracy, and she actually got the idea as well from Chicken Scratch, and I can't think of offhand what her actual name is, but that is her YouTube channel. And what it is it's a little pouch or treat pouch that I came up with watching their YouTube channel to give to the little girls as a gift when they leave at the end of the party. So since it was going to be like a tea party, I decided to make on the outside, I take a little cup and put at the bottom tea time. And I'm not going to go over the measurements, because if you go to Tracy Treasures 24 or to Chicken Scratch, you'll get all the measurements there. I'm just going to show you what I did. And as I said, I got a lot of the pink cardstock. So what I used to make this little pouch was a bag, and it's one of the Celebrate It bags from Michael's. So Tracy gives the measurements on how to cut the bag down to size, and then you have this little piece left over. And she said to save this because she was going to show you how to do something else with it, which is also something that I came up with. Now, the pink cardstock was the cardstock that I said was given to me, and I took some pink and white polka dot ribbon to make for the handle. And this designer paper here is some paper that I picked up on one of my hauls at Tuesday morning. And then I added a little embellishment trim on the bottom with using some cardstock that I punched out using my Martha Stewart punch. So now I'm going to show you what I did with the little piece that I had left over. And this also was another ideal of Tracy's, and I wish I could remember her name, but I'll put the link to both YouTube videos down at the bottom. And what I did was I took that piece that was left over and used it to make this little pouch. And I thought that she could take and put something inside there, so she could just take and put this inside here. And so she could also fill up this, as well as putting something in here. And then I just kind of took a piece of cardstock and I stamped out "thank you" down here to put on top. And then once again I used the Martha Stewart edge punch and put a little trim at the bottom. So that was what I did with that. And then I realized that I still had some more of the cardstock. So why not make something else? So I took and I made this little purse, and I told her she could use this as like her place cards. And what I did was I took, excuse me, I took and printed out each girl's name using my Optum 16-point font, and then I used my Stampin' Up! Window word punch, and I glued each name of the girl that was attending the party. And then I took and stamped out, using my Marvy punch, this little flower. And I added some stickles in the middle. And I just told her that she wanted to put something in there, she could, or she could just use that as like a little place setting for each girl with their name. And this little purse I got out of the Forever Young cartridge. And that's on page 71, and it's this one right here. And I cut that at fit to length of the paper. I think it ended up being 10.5 inches big. So then the other thing I decided to do, since this was going to be a princess party, I went to the dollar store and I found a little wand. And it also came with a crown, but the crown was like a comb. And I didn't want her to have to try to stick that in the girl's hair so that, you know, it might mess up their hair. So I walked around a little bit in the dollar store and I found these headbands, and they had Happy Birthday on the top. So what I did was I ripped the Happy Birthday off, and I took my 3/4 inch circle punch and punched out a little circle and adhered that with my glue gun to the band. And then I took and adhered the crown after I took the comb off, and adhered that to the band. So that way they could just slide it on their forehead and they wouldn't have to mess up their hair. And then for the wand, I took and tied some pink and white ribbon around it. And the wands do light up. Except I think this one, there it goes, for her to give to each girl. So that's what I came up with for my cardstock that I was given. It pays to do a lot of crafting, and people find out that you know how to craft because they always want to give you something and challenge you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.